Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thinking Aloud. I'm your host, Jessica, and today we have an absolutely fascinating topic to explore flawed thinking and how it might be the biggest roadblock to solving everything from our personal struggles to society's largest challenges. With me is Zenson Tran, the author of the new book, Worldly Wisdom: How to Solve the Most Important Problem of Humanity. Zenson, thank you so much for being here. Zenson, the title of your book is pretty bold. It promises to tackle the most important problem of humanity. Can you give our listeners a quick overview of what this problem is and why you believe it's so critical?
Sure, Jessica. In a nutshell, I argue that the biggest hurdle we face isn't technology, resources, or even education. It's our own flawed thinking. We often jump into solving the wrong problems, rely on outdated solutions, let biases run wild, and crack under pressure. We have more information than ever, yet we keep making avoidable mistakes. Worldly wisdom provides a comprehensive toolkit to sharpen our decision making and adapt in any situation, be it personal, professional, or global.
What really grabbed my attention while reading was the systematic way you break down the steps toward better thinking. Could you outline those steps for our audience?
Absolutely. The framework revolves around five main pillars: defining problems properly, so you're zeroing in on the real issue, not a symptom; choosing the right mental models, tools like the five whys, systems thinking, and Bayesian updating help tackle different problem types; navigating uncertainty and complexity, adaptive strategies, small experiments, and feedback loops rather than rigid plans; avoiding cognitive biases, recognizing and neutralizing pitfalls like overconfidence, sunk cost, and confirmation bias; performing under pressure, employing techniques like the OODA loop to remain calm and decisive in high stakes moments. Then, in the final chapters, I discuss a lifelong learning approach, how to keep refining your thinking and never let complacency set in.
One of my favorite parts of worldly wisdom is its practicality. For instance, I tried the inversion technique, asking, how could I fail? On a project at work, and it helped me spot pitfalls I hadn't considered before. Can you share a quick anecdote or two that shows how these methods can help in everyday life?
Sure thing. Let's say you're trying to reduce personal spending. People often focus on, I need more money, or I should budget better. But the five whys might reveal emotional spending triggers like stress or boredom. Once you define that as the real problem, you can apply better suited strategies, like scheduling a quick daily reflection on spending choices or introducing a little friction before every online purchase. Another example is if your team repeatedly misses deadlines. Maybe the root cause is unclear roles, not laziness or too many meetings. Defining the right problem changes the whole game.
That's such a game changer. A big chunk of the book covers staying cool under pressure. Could you give listeners a quick tip on managing high stakes stress?
A short but powerful tip: take a strategic pause. Even 3 to 5 seconds before responding can interrupt the fight or flight impulse. Pair that pause with something like the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, act, and you suddenly have a mini framework to keep a clear head. Instead of rushing or freezing, you quickly gather facts, interpret them, choose an action, and execute.
These days, everything feels complex: global events, personal tech overload, job market shifts. Why do you think your book speaks so well to this moment in time?
We're at a point where speed and complexity are higher than ever, and traditional one size fits all methods are crumbling. The ability to adapt, learn quickly, and think clearly is the ultimate advantage. Worldly wisdom gives you the mental framework to not just survive these changes, but actively find opportunities in them.
For anyone still on the fence, maybe feeling they've tried productivity hacks or critical thinking tips before, what's the core reason they should pick up worldly wisdom?
I hear that skepticism a lot, but this isn't just another set of random hacks. It's a holistic system that weaves together problem framing, mental models, bias avoidance, and adaptive thinking into a coherent whole. Even if you've dabbled in these concepts, integrating them step by step is a game changer. You'll see tangible improvements in how you handle decisions at work, in personal finances, relationships, wherever clarity matters.
You've definitely convinced me it's worth the time and effort. Any final message for listeners who want to think better, adapt better, and make smarter decisions?
Don't underestimate small steps. Testing just one tool, like doing a quick bias check before a big choice, can create a chain reaction of positive change. And once you see that difference, you'll naturally want to expand, using more techniques and sharing them with colleagues or loved ones. The results are cumulative and quite transformative over time.
That's fantastic, Zenson. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and for writing a book that genuinely feels like a toolbox for better living in a complicated world. Folks, Worldly Wisdom: How to Solve the Most Important Problem of Humanity is out now in print, ebook, and audiobook. If you're ready to revolutionize your thinking habits and tackle life's challenges with newfound confidence, grab your copy and dive in.
Thank you, Jessica. It's been a pleasure. And I hope everyone listening finds value in these tools and transforms the way they approach problems.
This has been Thinking Aloud with Jessica. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay curious, stay open minded, and we'll see you next time.